Good morning. So strange and rare occurrence, I remembered my dream last night, and it was a whopper. In my dream last night, I had recently moved into a new place, and I was having a party. And there were some familiar elements and then some really bizarre elements as usual. But the thing about this party was everyone I have ever known was invited from every time and place in my life. And so as usual, I was unprepared. I had dishes instead of paper plates, and so the sink kept filling up with dirty dishes, and I kept having to wash dishes so people could eat. And my family was there, and all of these people from all of these different parts of my life, some that I recognized and some that I didn't. I put a good deal of time into lighting candles. I was lighting candles for a good long time, and in fact, one of my cousins was sitting next to a window, and she was like, "Do you mind if I open the window? Do these candles all smell the same, or are they different scents?" I was like, "Well, they're mostly amber, but it's okay if you want to open the window." And I was so frustrated because I couldn't get my phone to hook up to the music system in the house, in the place where I was living. It was still very much belonging to my landlord, whoever my landlord was. It was very much still his place, and so I couldn't figure out how to get my phone connected to the sound system. So like the music was not what I wanted. There was no dance music, there was no upbeat music. It was all this sort of jazzy, light, rockish kind of really not fun music. And then at one point, I did get my phone hooked up, but all it would play were old recordings of me from shows that I did, which I didn't want anybody to hear. And I was just trying to get, I had a dance mix on my phone. I was just trying to get to the dance mix, and then friends showed up with, lots of different kinds of food. And at one point, Maddie turned into a baby. Maddie turned into like a little toddler. And then one of the funniest moments was this couple that I knew in Anchorage, husband and wife and toddler. And the wife came over and had the baby's empty water bottle and said, "Can we get some water?" And I said, "Sure." And she said, "Well, not tap water. Do you have filtered water?" And I said, "Well, I have a Brita pitcher, one of those filtering pitchers." And she said, "Well, that's fine, but does the water that comes out of that, has that been fracked? Is that fracking water?" And I looked at her like, I don't know. It's gone through the filter. And she's like, "Well, that's okay. We're just gonna go." I'm like, "Oh, alrighty." And it was not a fun party. It was pretty much very stressful. And I felt like I was doing a lot of managing. I felt unready. And so what this tells me, or what I feel like it tells me, is, this is New Year's. We're coming up on New Year's. And it's time for me to do what I like to do, which is sort of assess where I've been quietly and organize my life and think about who I am and how I am and how I want to move forward into the next decade. And be grateful for all the people in my life, and also not try to appease or super please all the people in my life at the expense of myself. And so my life does sometimes feel like one big giant gathering, not a party necessarily, but a gathering. I'm blessed with so many friends from so many different places all over the world, and it's about being with them without trying to change for them. and with, you know, family and friends of all kinds. That's a big thing, is how do we host our own friendship party? How do we show up for each other? And of course, fracking. Fracking is very important. So as we head into this New Year's Eve, next few days preparation, it's good to know that my mind is at work and letting me know what needs to be done. I hope you have a great Saturday, and we'll chat tomorrow. And peace.